Top 10 things to do in South Island, New Zealand. With the pandemic raging on, global tourism seems to be on a halt. However, whilst the entire world is engulfed in chaos, New Zealand seems to be pretty chill, and New Zealanders have partied throughout the year 2020. The country reportedly has 0 cases of the virus as of yet, so if you're looking to travel, make sure you have New Zealand on your list. Not just because the entire country was efficient at managing this crisis, they also have some really welcoming people and some beautiful places filled with activities that may interest you. Of the islands that comprise the country, South Island is the largest and most filled with fun stuff you can do should you decide to see the country. Here are 10 things that you simply must do if you ever get a chance to visit South Island. Number 10. Visit Aoraki. Of the countless natural wonders that amplify the beauty of New Zealand, beautiful, sky-grasping mountain ranges are among some of the best sights to see. New Zealand's highest peak is Aoraki, also known as Mount Cook. A member of the Southern Alps range, Aoraki soars 3,724 meters into the sky and is covered extensively with snow. However, unlike most high peaks, it is not as difficult to surmount. An easy trek on the Hook Valley Track should get you where you want to be for you to awe at unimaginable sights, so put on your trekking shoes and scurry along. Number 9. Go birdwatching. Nope, it is not boring, I promise you. Especially because there are some aviating beauties that you might never get to set your gaze upon elsewhere in the entire world. That is right, New Zealand has some really unique feathered flyers. It should really not be a surprise though, since everything weird and unique that breathes on God's green earth tends to live in this part of the world. From kiwis to penguins, the country has a huge variety too. If you already enjoy birdwatching, there is no better place for you to do so. An extension of South Island, Stewart Island is known to be one of the best locations for birdwatching and has over 240 kilometers of tracks for you to traverse along and gaze around with your binoculars. Number 8. Visit Larnach Castle. Of course, with New Zealand being a former British imperial colony, there was bound to be some remnant, right? Well, it might not be residue from colonial rule, but it is pretty old. The Larnach Castle is located in Dunedin and was made back in the 1870s. It is in fact the only castle in this part of the world. It is a hallmark of architectural brilliance and is a reflection of Victorian grandeur and intrigue. It has an extensive collection of Victorian-style gardens that complement the serenity of the surrounding environment. Either marvel at the 3,000 square foot ballroom or nourish yourself with the scrumptious delights served at high tea in the afternoon in one of the gardens. Man, I feel like royalty just imagining that. Number 7. Take a dose of thrill from high up. New Zealand is a beautiful country, and there is no better way to look at it than from the sky. There are numerous opportunities for adventure. You could rent a hot air balloon and fly over Queenstown to enjoy the romantic scenery with your significant other, seeing the Southern Alps on the horizon. If you want a little more excitement, go skydiving. You could do it in Queenstown, but if you want a little change, head on over to Wanaka. Both places have amazing facilities and highly trained instructors. If you want something in between, there is always bungee jumping. You can do this in a number of places. Head on over to Kawaru Bridge or maybe add a little danger by doing it over the Nevis River in New Zealand's highest bungee at 137 meters. Number 6. Try the food. If you know me, you know I love food. I mean, if you want to have the full experience of traveling, eat what they eat. Go and try their food instead of sticking to your typical cheeseburger. There is no better way to understand a culture, and enjoying a traveling experience is incomplete without trying local foods. If you want a few recommendations, I can help you out with that. New Zealanders love their seafood, so try crayfish and kina. They also have kiwi burgers, and no, not the kiwi bird is not an ingredient, at least not in all of them. One absolute must is the hangi, slow-cooked meat and vegetables made using a Maori recipe that goes back thousands of years. Quite frankly, most of these dishes transcend beyond just the South Island, but are just as good there as in any other part of New Zealand. Do give them a try. Number 5. Enjoy speed and water sports. Again, let us head on back to Queenstown. Whitewater rafting or kayaking, there are a lot of other options too. Just be sure to carry a life vest since some of the rapids in South Island tend to be really strong and easily knock you over. If you still want something faster, consider riding a shot-over jet boat. It is a bit of a mix between canoeing and speedboating, but like on tight water channels. Ride a luge. It's safer and meant for people of all ages. It's like riding a toboggan, but faster. If you want something else to do with friends and family, try the Kawaru Zip Ride. 3 130-meter zip lines taking you from point A to B at amazing speeds. Number 4. Visit wineries in Otago. With so much thrill packed in your trip already, you might just want to relax. Plus, if you see some of the wineries in Otago, you might just want to. After mountain ranges and fast-turning rivers, some undulated fields can be really relaxing. They can even be a sight for sore eyes, with snow-capped mountains still in sight on the horizon, beautiful calm rivers and green hills surrounding a perfectly flat and beautifully lush plain. These wineries produce some extraordinary yields, and the product has a distinct taste. Sip some wine and enjoy the sunset sitting in one of these majestic landscapes. Number 3. Marvel at art. Okay, if you are a visitor who particularly has a knack for art, head on down to Christchurch. If you want to visit a museum or art gallery during your trip, having the Christchurch Art Gallery or Te Puna or Waikato on your list is an absolute must. The gallery has a modest but really fantastic collection of art on display for enthusiasts and artists to drool over. If not the gallery, then just visiting the city should be enough, since Christchurch is famous for its artistic sense. There is sufficient street art along major roads and avenues, and the entire city has a cool vibe, a true spectacle. Number 2. Party hard. Okay, so with the rest of the world in lockdown, New Zealand has been partying like no other country on the planet could afford to. I mean, the people love to party and have a high spirit, so you should definitely check how New Zealanders like to get down. I personally like to have this experience wherever I go to see how different people in different parts of the world party. South Island has some nice places for you to check out. Kiwi Crawl in Queenstown is a great place, and so is -5 Ice Bar. Wherever you go, you will find an electrifying crowd, decent tunes, and a ton of liquor to make your trip memorable or forgettable, whatever you want. Number 1. Just let nature soak in. Again, there is no lack of natural beauty in New Zealand, and if you want to experience nature, this is one of the best countries in the world. South Island has plenty of places to offer. If you want to witness aquatic wonders, head to Abel Tasman National Park in Nelson. You can easily spot seals and dolphins gracing the coastline with their playful activities. If you are more in the mood for mystic wandering, there is no better place than the Fiordland National Park, which is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Love inland water bodies? Explore Marlborough Sounds, and you can witness over 1,500 kilometers of coastline as well as swaths of inland lakes. Trust me, the natural landscapes in South Island are unparalleled. This was it for What Are Things That You Must Do in South Island, New Zealand. If you like this video, show some love and press that thumbs up button. Subscribe to our channel for more of such content. If you want us to make a video about something, leave a comment. Until next time, mates.